Hello and welcome. Today we are in the new Tier 8 Royal Navy light cruiser, the Tiger. She was given to me by Wargaming. Effectively, she's a support ship. She's like a mini-Minotaur with 2 of the 5 turrets of 40% of the damage output, but she gets radar and smokescreen at the same time, and this is like a reasonable radar of 9 km range, and decent duration and a reasonable smokescreen. Might even be exactly the same as Minotaurs. And she even gets a super heal and defensive fire. She does not get access to hydro though. She also doesn't get access to torpedoes. The armor though I think is actually better than the Minotaurs. She doesn't have the same citadel protection as the Minotaur. I believe the citadel protection is 83 millimeters or something like that. But the citadel actually sits lower in the water, or at least not as high in the water as Minotaurs does. And on top of that, she also has 25mm bow and stern, unlike the Minotaur, which is 16mm. So she's much less likely to be overmatched by certain types of cruisers. You actually need like 380mm caliber guns or bigger to be able to overmatch this. Which could be quite important when you're fighting something like a Fuso, which has 356 guns. But the main thing why I think this ship is a support ship is because 40% of the Minotaur's damage output it's a bit lackluster. It's 240k AP damage per minute. And keep in mind you also don't have access to the reload upgrade, so it's actually less than 40% of the Minotaurs. Because, yeah, 240k DPM is fine, but if you're limited to AP only, and you don't have great range or great penetration, it feels a little lackluster, especially when you're in a ship that can easily go pop. You take like, I don't know, 2 citadels or 3 from the wrong ship and you're just gone immediately. Basically no questions asked. Oh wow! We managed to secure first blood. No, that was not a steal, it was a secure, okay? Remember Di Paolo Emilio? That's what happens when you don't kill secure, okay? She is basically like a nightmare to destroyers though. She doesn't actually kill them well, especially at range, because the destroyer can always just angle against them. It's still AP. It might have magical properties with superb out-of-bounds angles and all of that, but it's still AP. If you point directly towards it or directly away, it won't deal much damage to you. It might deal some, depending on which part of the ship it hits, but it won't deal much damage. And so it's actually quite difficult for the Tiger herself to actually kill anything, including destroyers. However, she's very good in a group. Like if you have other ships that can do the killing, the fact that she has 9.2 kilometer concealment range and the 9 kilometer radar means that if you get spotted, you radar and you basically spot the destroyer in return. Which is pretty damn amazing. The other thing is that she can use her smoke and radar together to make it very difficult for destroyers to play the game. But of course there are some destroyers like the Akizuki that might very well just eat the Tiger for breakfast. And I've gotta say, the name is rather unfortunate. Tiger? More like a house cat to be honest, because her damage output truly does feel lacking. I find it quite difficult to break 100k with this ship. I mean, I haven't played too many matches and it doesn't feel all that inviting because of it. The damage output just isn't there. On the Minotaur and other Royal Navy light cruisers, you kind of rely on the burst nature. You get into a great situation and then you just pump out massive amounts of damage in the right place. And that ends up being really beneficial. But I find that with this ship it's a lot harder to do because you just don't have the damage capability. I end up doing things like smoke screening and then just shelling battleships for mediocre amounts of damage. Speaking of the name, I'm kind of surprised it has the 59 at the end on the name. It's the 1959 refit of the Tiger, I understand that much, but I mean, what does it mean? The ship was launched in 1959. Are we gonna get a 1970 refit of the Tiger? A guided missile cruiser? You never know, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna keep shelling this Dunsky, and I hope that somebody just deletes her, because people do like shooting me. I played a game earlier where I ended up being targeted by 7 ships basically every time I got spotted. It did not go very well for me. Actually, no, it actually went really well for me. I never went down. The super heal was super useful there, but it was a pretty harrowing experience. So, we've cleared everything on this side of the map, so it's time to move over to the B-cap. Because anything left here on the enemy team is out of my range. So, heading over towards the B-cap. My radar is up, my smoke screen will probably also be up by the time I get to the cap zone. Also, one thing I'd like to say when playing the ship, because I have Superintendent, I don't actually know if you need it, but also, wait, what? Cyclone? It's, what? The skies are clear! How can there be a cyclone? Wargaming, please! What? What is this? Look, the skies are just completely clear, and there's a cyclone incoming. Okay, alright then, alright then. Okay, anyway, I don't know if you actually need Superintendent, but with the 4 super heals, I've gotta say, quite often I'm gonna preemptively start using the heal. Like, I'll take a little bit of damage, so I've lost a little bit of HP, and when I'm going to take more damage, I'll just use heal immediately instead of after the fact, because super heal with the amount of HP this ship has can be a lifesaver. It can literally make the difference between dying and not dying when a salvo comes in, and well, maybe a next salvo comes in 2 seconds later. Also, a lack of Hydra it makes her worse as a support ship, but I'd say it probably doesn't really matter for the Tiger herself though, because seriously, the ship has amazing maneuverability. It has like a 600-meter turning circle, way better than Minotaur. So think about, imagine the amazing maneuverability of the Minotaur, right? And then imagine even better than that. That's the Tiger. It's truly amazing, and I imagine that even without Hydra you can just avoid torpedoes quite often. This is a fairly dangerous position here. I am being shot at by battleships who can overmatch my bow and stern. Oh, Edinburgh ran aground. Maybe we can do more damage. Can we citadel the Edinburgh? We should be able to, yeah, right? These should have Minotaur penetration. Yep, we can citadel the Edinburgh. We just need actual aim. Come on, Edinburgh, go down. Oh, she actually did not go down. That is really unfortunate. Oh, Kitakaza, hello. I was actually looking for you. And radar. Oh no, I used smoke instead of radar. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Damn it, now I don't have a smoke screen. Well, at least we got rid of the Kitakaza though. Kitakaza is actually a ship that this ship has to fear. I mean, if you don't use super heal, you might literally lose a gunfight against the Kitakaza in open water. That's provided, of course, that you're both full HP. Because Kitakaza will just angle and then just keep shooting HE at you. You don't deal much damage to her, and she constantly deals damage to you. But luckily, in this case, that was not an option. Oh, come on, can I get the Edinburgh? 360 HP? Oh, I'm just gonna fire blind, screw that. Oh, come on! What? That was my kill, Lion. That was my kill. I know you're the king of the jungle, but I'm a tiger, okay? Tigers are bigger than lions. You don't really want to mess with me, okay? You really don't want to mess with me. Wait, tigers, lions... Is the Royal Navy a zoo? Is it? Tigers, lions, what else? Elephants? Giraffes? Rhinoceros? Hippopotamus? Why not? Okay, anyway, we've pretty much won this game, right? It's a 9 versus what? 6? Okay, let's make it 8 versus 6, because I don't really count as a ship. I can just go pop immediately. I'm still gonna push to the big cap though, because apparently there's a Bismarck there, and at 6 kilometers I actually can't really do anything to it. I mean, I can shoot my guns, but it'll be exactly the same as before. I don't have torpedoes. I Probably can't catch up to her. The top speed of the ship is, I think, 31.5 knots, but then you add in the speed flag, it's like 33. So technically I am slightly faster than the Bismarck, but what's the chance I could ever catch up? Probably none. But hopefully the Bismarck just keeps her guns pointed elsewhere and we can just keep shelling. Especially if we use the islands, actually. We might stay safe. But the cap obviously comes first, because it's unlikely, but it's possible that they could turn the game around, right? 3 battleships is not nothing. If they blap a few of ours, it could be a pretty sad situation. Especially since some of ours aren't very full HP. Come on, island, get out of the way. I want to shoot the Bismarck. Also, I'm not sure if I like Cyclone here. Oh, radar was useless here. I thought the Bismarck was gonna be behind the island for longer. Okay. Her guns are pointed at me. Let's see if we can avoid it. Oh, we took 4k damage and we avoided the next salvo. Excellent! That went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. Wow. If all those shells had hit, this would have been pretty brutal, but this actually went really well. So my plan now is to go diagonally and then turn in when the shells fire, and hopefully we can avoid them. It's getting hard to tell when the main batteries fire instead of the secondaries, but I think we avoided that. Now the front turrets, and oh, we actually lost one of our guns. The rear turret even. Wow. But I mean, she didn't do all that much damage, right? So we're fine. It's kind of whatever. Just keep shelling. Wait, her main batteries are turning elsewhere. Oh, I think she gave up on me as a target. Nice. Damn. I don't know if I should be insulted or if the Bismarck is just kind of like, wow, this guy does like no damage. It doesn't matter if he's firing at me. Let's focus on somebody else that I can actually deal damage to. Because, I mean, she fired 2 salvos into me and did very little damage. Although I would say she did get kind of unlucky. Still though, she literally gave up on me. But that was her mistake, because I did sink her. Okay, time to go show the king of the jungle who's actually boss. Okay? Which is why I'm gonna smokescreen, because Lion is slightly more powerful than my ship. My Citadel literally has 83 millimeters of protection. I do have a smokescreen though, so I should probably just use it, because I don't want to lose my cap points. Oh, and there is the Lion. Excellent. Just keep shelling. If I were a Minotaur, I'd probably torpedo. If I were any other Royal Navy light cruiser, I'd probably torpedo. Except, I guess, Belfast. Pretty difficult to torpedo with a Belfast. But hey, I guess we're technically doing like, let's say, 2,000 damage per salvo. Oh, one thing she does have over Minotaur. She has, like, half the dispersion of the Minotaur. So she is more accurate with the guns. Which, I'm not sure how important that is, because I don't think Minotaur misses because of dispersion. She usually tends to fight close range enough, but I guess it's something. But overall, the shell characteristics are very similar to the Minotaur. You just have 40% of the firepower. Hey, we broke 100k damage! And we actually sank 4 ships and capped 3 bases. With 2 citadels at that, and we even got first blood. Here's the 139 penetrations, 38 non-penetrations, or was that ricochets, and some ricochets. 2,450 base XP. Gotta remember, I'm a tier 8 ship, and I was in a tier 7 to 9 game. But there's only 1 tier 7, no, 2 tier 7 ships. At least on our team. You know what? The Bismarck deserves a compliment for good manners for just letting me shell him. Still, 100k damage, 1.2 million potential. I actually had another game where I got really close to 2 million potential. But yeah, 38k damage taken, considering I only had 33k HP, and I had a fair bit left at the end. Super heals are pretty super. And we did disrupt the destroyer as well. So, as I said, I think the ship is a support ship. You play this ship to, like in a group, to help out the group, but somebody else has to actually go deal the damage. I'm not sure what captain skills to go for. Here I just went last stand, priority target, survivability, or superintendent, concealment expert, adrenaline rush. Then I went top grade gunner and RPF, but honestly, I have no idea what you're supposed to go on this ship. Truly, I don't know. Because you don't have HE, so you can't benefit from most of it. You don't need things like grease the gears or stuff like that, so I truly don't know. By the way, check that out. 590 meter turning circle. 590. At this tier, you don't find many destroyers who have a smaller turning circle than that. The upgrades, it's what you would expect. Concealment, steering gears. Here I went for AA guns, because I have no idea what else you get. You don't need the dispersion upgrade at all, for sure. You don't need the turret traverse, and the smoke generator one seems like a bad idea too. Second slot, obviously surveillance radar. If you didn't have that, probably damage control or engine room protection. And then main arms modification 1. By the way, check out the armor compared to the Minotaur. Look at this. Look at the structure, right? Now look at the Minotaur's armor. Looks basically the same, right? Look. It looks basically the same. However, the difference is that Minotaur has 16mm plates. The Tiger actually has 25. Also notice the citadel, right? While the structure of the citadel looks the same, this plate here isn't the citadel. The citadel is the lower part. It's less than Minotaur's 101 at 83, but still, the other plates are thicker, so I actually like this ship's armor layout more than the Minotaur's. I think this ship is, in this sense, tankier than the Minotaur. Obviously, she has less HP though, and she doesn't have as much protection in the Citadel, but the Citadel is smaller, and 25mm bow is pretty useful. So overall, I'd say she's a decent support ship, but I didn't find her too exciting, because she just lacks the firepower to take advantage of great situations. She doesn't have torpedoes either. And as a result, it just didn't feel all that exciting for me. But perhaps in the right hands, it'll feel pretty good. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support. And I hope I'll see you guys next time.